Have you ever checked the expiration date on food and debated whether or not to toss it? We've all been there. Reading food labels and expiration dates can be confusing and frustrating, but Dr. Reena Mehta from Uptown Allergy and Asthma is here today with some answers that may surprise you and may save you a little money. Good morning.
Good morning.
How did this debate start?
So there was a recent article published last week in the Washington Post where one man named Scott Nash did the unthinkable. He did a year-long journey where he basically ate foods that were months to years expired, things like dairy, poultry, meats, packaged foods, just to prove a point that maybe we are wasting food and expirations don't mean that they're unsafe to eat.
So was this surprising to professionals that he did this and the outcome of it?
Of course, we all read expiration dates and don't really know what to do with it. But what's interesting is that the FDA does not actually mandate putting expiration dates on foods other than infant formula. So when you see something that says use by or best if used by, what does that really mean? Well, what that really means is that the manufacturer is just saying that this is a food that may not taste as good or look as good, but that doesn't mean that it's unsafe to eat.
And the best by may be the best time for the store to sell it.
Right, exactly. So it may be best if sold by, but that doesn't mean it's unsafe to eat by this expiration date.
So if you see food in your pantry with the date 2016 and it's already 2019, maybe you shouldn't throw it out if it's canned and closed properly and packaged right?
Well, I think that's the point, is if it doesn't look spoiled, there's no obvious mold, it may not taste as fresh, but it may not be unsafe to eat. And you know, people ask, well, why is this even a big deal? And the reason why it is that it's a big cost issue. So the USDA actually states that 30 to 40% of food goes yearly wasted, which actually adds up to a cost of $165 billion of wasted food every single year.
That's a shame. Imagine if the food that you throw out, you take to a shelter or you give to somebody homeless. And it's perfectly fine.
So I'm not suggesting to eat foods that clearly have mold or bacteria and things like that, but what I am saying is maybe use some common sense. When you see something that's maybe 2 days expired, I mean, we've all been there. Do I eat that yogurt? Do I not eat that yogurt? Maybe just check it, smell it, see what it looks like, and you may decide to eat it.
Yeah, well, this should be an eye-opening experience, especially if the canned goods are good, if they're maybe even a couple of years old.
Agreed. Agreed.
Right. Wow. So a sort of a change in thinking. Dr. Reena Mehta, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'm not going to toss out everything like I used to.
Me too.
A whole trash can full of stuff.
And it's a lot of cost savings. You don't even realize what your wallet is doing when you're throwing away all these good food. So I'm even going to change some of my habits as well.
Let's do it.